All right, let's talk about it. This is going to be about tip culture. I know this is a topic that's been beaten to death like 1,000 times on the internet. But you know what? This channel is just going to be me ranting essentially about just shit that's happening in my life. So I guess deal with it or don't. I don't know. Whatever. So I recently went to a coffee shop, and then after that, subsequently, I went to a takeout place, and I'm realizing that tip culture is just completely fucked in the States. Like, I'm sure that there's different ways of tipping around the world, whatever, but specifically for the States, and I'm talking specifically for the West Coast, I'm sure it's going to be the same for the East Coast. I mean, it's all around the States, but specifically, I want to talk about the West Coast here. There should be no reason why I can go to a coffee shop, grab a coffee, and have to be asked to pay a tip on an iPad. Like, I don't know what's going on with the idea of tipping culture, but tipping has just kind of been a thing that we just do now for no reason. People aren't even necessarily providing like any type of service. Like, you pressing buttons on an iPad and spinning it around and being like, it's going to ask you a question, quote unquote, it's not a good enough reason for someone to get a tip. Like, I think it almost kind of like negates the idea of tipping people, because you go to a restaurant, you have a server, they do a lot of work, they go back and forth from the kitchen, bringing you food, making sure everything's okay, filling your cup. All of these things are deserving of a tip. Someone standing behind a counter and taking your order and then calling a number or your name for you to come pick up that order from that same counter should not be granted any type of tip. Now, granted, maybe I'm the crazy one, right? Maybe I'm the one who's like batshit crazy and I don't understand how things work. But I think I'm pretty sane here when I say that, like, I don't think that we should be making just tipping in general, just like anything that you purchase from anywhere, just a normal occurrence to our day to day. The reason why people who work at restaurants get tips is because they don't get paid shit. They get paid dog shit wages. Get paid like $1 an hour. So they have to subsidize their pay with tips. That's the reason why when you go to a restaurant, you're supposed to tip your waiters, right? I mean, you're supposed to tip them in regards to like how good of a service they provide, but regardless, you are supposed to tip them in a way. But going to like a Chinese food spot, or going to like get a burger or something, and like this, like a lot of these like hole in the wall places, like these niche places where their food is way too expensive just off the bat. Like, paying $25 for a burger, fries, and a drink is just like it's ridiculous, right? But still, let's just say that you go to a place that's like a hole in the wall. It has some pretty like a solid atmosphere.
Crazy, I've never actually experienced that sort of atmosphere.
Some pretty okay food, but very expensive. But then like, you pay for the item, and then like the default on the iPad that's turned around to you is like a 15-20% tip. Like, what are we doing here? And obviously you feel bad, right? Because the person who's behind the counter who just took your order is staring at you with fucking puppy dog eyes. And you're like, well, if I don't tip you, then I feel like an asshole. But I feel like the way that we've normalized tipping and just made it like an everyday occurrence, just like it's just inherent in every type of bill that you get, it's crazy. Like, I'll go to like a self-serve kiosk at the airport, and they actually like have the audacity to ask for a tip. See, what am I tipping you for? Like, am I tipping you for having put the machine in the airport? Like, it doesn't make any sense. If anybody should be getting tipped, it's fucking me. I'm doing all the work. I'm pressing all the buttons. I'm swiping my card. Like, tip me. Give me a discount on the item that I'm purchasing. I think it's counterintuitive to be like, yo, you should tip your waiters and like the people who serve you, but also like tip the barista behind the counter. Because like, that barista is making well, I say livable wage with quotes, but they're making a better wage than somebody who works as a waiter, right? Because again, they're getting paid dog shit. So the reason why you tip them is to subsidize their wage. But just tipping for the sake of tipping is just getting out of hand, and I'm just like, honestly, I'm tired of it. There are times where I literally I rethink going out, because I'm like, do I really want to have to sit behind in front of the counter and let the person who's taking my order just look at me as I like press 0% on the tip iPad? Like, I genuinely sometimes I rethink going out to eat, because, and this is like getting takeaway, right? I rethink going out to eat because I'm like, do I really want to stand in front of the counter and press 0% on the iPad while the freaking person behind the counter, who's probably in their like fucking mid 20s, college student looks at me with disdain because I decided not to tip them. I mean, like, no, I don't want to do that. So it's almost making me like eat at home more, which I guess is inherently a better thing, if anything. But still, I think we need to rethink the whole culture behind the tipping thing. And I'm pretty sure that like a lot of the times, not to put this on the people who are working at the restaurants or like a coffee shop or whatever, but a lot of the times I think that the tips actually don't even go to the people working. They go to the people who own the business, or they might even go to like a percentage of it might go to like Square, the company that allows the point of sale
It's also
transaction.
important to keep in mind, Square takes a percentage from the total amount processed, including tax or tip.
I want to know where my tips are going. You know what I'm saying? Like, I just don't want to tip for the sake of tipping. It feels like it's just become just a normal thing that we're just kind of expected to tip, and if you don't, then you're the asshole. I don't know. I just don't get it. I'm starting. I'm having some problems with it. I'm sure the tip fatigue is kind of it's got to be getting to people. I can't be the only one, right? I mean, I can also only imagine working at one of those places and like, somebody comes in and they don't tip and you're like, oh, wow, that person's an asshole. But then you think about yourself on the other side. You're like, well, shit, man. Like, I don't have enough. Nobody has enough money anymore. Everything's so fucking expensive. Like, why add an extra like $3 or $4 to something that's already inherently expensive? And the crazy thing is sometimes like they'll just have a default setting on the iPads that they spin around. It's like it's gonna ask you a question there, but there'll be a default setting on it, and most times it sets like 15%. It's like, why am I paying you 15%? Like, why? For what? For pressing a few buttons? Like, this is insanity. I don't know, man. I just feel like ranting. Anyways, if you liked the video, I hope you didn't. But if you did, give it a like. Share it with your friends. I want to see. It's enough in the comments. I wonder if I'm like. I don't think I'm the only one, but I want to hear what other people feel about the whole tipping culture and how fucked it is right now. All right, that's pretty much it. Bye.